I liken it to the early days of the smartphone. Very rapidly, we'll see the kind of quick development of what that internet other is on the connected devices.
In 2 years, I think it's going to seem, it's going to seem incredibly dull, whether it's the X Factor or you're watching Manchester United not being able to turn on the comments and see what the fans are tweeting or what they're saying or what's happening.
The future is happening very, very quickly, and we kind of almost lose sight of, actually, it's not about an overnight revolution. It's simply that actually having internet going into your TV suddenly makes it a hell of a lot cooler. I guarantee you, if we look back in 5 years' time, it will have changed immensely. At the moment, developers are still developing for what we did on a traditional device. They're not yet thinking in that space of, this is a TV, these are the amazing things that can happen on it. And it's when that starts to happen, that's when it starts to get really exciting.
Yes, there's going to be lots of different platforms, but what is your content strategy across all of these new devices? And I think it goes to the point in the research about brands becoming media companies.
It's not until we have conversations with an agency like AdjustYourSet that we actually understand that some of these trends are out there and that we should be following them.
It's going to happen, it's going to get bigger and it's going to grow, and it's much easier, as we said, with mobile, to invest when it's young and small and make mistakes and learn when it's cheaper than it is in 5 years' time when it's more expensive. At the moment, whilst many people in London, I think most people in the UK couldn't give a toss about interconnected television, but it will happen, it will increase.
The UK has a chance right now, and very likely over the next year, to be one of the foremost markets in the connected device field as we go into the Olympics next year by the BBC. There's going to be an incredible focus on what a connected device is in the next year that I think will drive faster adoption in this market and drive kind of more awareness. Is it next month? Probably not. Is it 18 months out? I think we could get there sooner than we might think. The core value proposition of a connected TV set is to deliver more entertainment choice. We get excited about putting loads and loads of apps onto the platform. We get excited about all this potential of content that's out there. But actually just being able to take your, turn on your TV and have access to iPlayer or have access to LoveFilm is a very powerful entertainment proposition.
I think social media will be a big thing. I think the ability that when you can watch X Factor and you can be tweeting or you can be liking or you can be having a live chat with somebody, I think social TV experiences is probably one of the areas that internet-connected TVs have an amazing ability.
You need a brave advertiser because the reach still isn't there. It will come. Some of the numbers we're seeing with Samsung as our client, and obviously with LG kind of up here, are really promising. You will find agencies and brands starting to play catch-up, but the really smart ones are learning now whilst you can still afford to make the mistakes.
I can see elements of what we do online being brought into a e-commerce environment. So, behind the scenes, exclusive interviews with maybe one of the celebrities, that kind of thing.
I can easily begin to posit scenarios, since all those devices are talking to each other, where the family can all be watching X Factor at the same time, except for the daughter's up in her room and tweeting with her friends and having her very social interaction with it. Mom and dad are in the living room watching, same connected up. They can be, brother is off somewhere, out at the pub, but still tuned in because he's got his device that's there. And so I think that's the world that we're moving into.
With regards to the question, is £50,000 enough? No. I don't think it is. It's just a question of what's the value for a brand of a consumer having a great experience.
This being a very powerful device in the home, right? Having the big screen and the possibility to do real brand advertising.
You need to have rich video content, and if somebody's coming on and they've searched for Porsche or they've searched for Marks and Spencer's or Domino's Pizzas, and they need to be engaged and need to know to find something that is engaging, is entertaining, and it's informative.
To get that content strategy in place, so therefore it becomes, regardless of device going forward, you have some content to serve on it.
But say, be brave, be bold, and go for it.